Hello, I'm Lasso, Oklahoma's India Tour, creator and organizer of the Stay Gold Film Festival here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Discuss It with Lasso is an interesting way to meet the film directors, actors, producers, writers behind their short film that will or have screened at the festival. Now, we're a bit different and the only festival in Oklahoma that screens on the last Sunday of every month. And if you're near Oklahoma, near Broken Arrow, I encourage you to come by and stop in and visit the theater, go shows, and check out some of the films. You'll be surprised at some of these films. They are top quality from around the world, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Everything that the Stay Gold Film Festival does is in service of go shows. All ticket sales, any submission fees goes towards the theater and helping them out, keeping their doors open and creating a arts culture with the local filmmakers and local communities as well as state and surrounding states. Take a look at the descriptions below and you will see a link to the official site of the Stay Gold Film Festival. There you'll find the schedule, trailers, tickets, and more things. This year, we're screening 360 short films and features from around the world, over 40 countries. And if you enjoy these interviews, you can find more of them under my podcast section called Discuss It with Lasso. I release these interviews once a week on Mondays in the morning, so they're available to you. Also, I want to encourage you to subscribe and like these interviews. They help grow the channel and reach a wider audience. Without further ado, here is our
Welcome.
special
I
guest.
try to. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Hello, good to see you. Good to meet you, sir. All the
You
way
do.
from Italy. Where in Italy are you about?
In Bologna.
Bologna, okay.
Yes, a very hot Bologna.
I bet I'm sorry you have to suffer the heat. Um, so a real pleasure to have you. How do you say your name? Is it Gianluca?
Gianluca.
Gianluca? Oh,
Gianluca.
Gianluca. Okay, very good, very good. And you have quite a bit of experience under your belt, and your short film, The Aquarium in English, it shows it. You know, it was such a pristine, well done, put together production. Your actors are amazing, even though it's in Italian. Their expressions, you understand the way they say their words. You can understand ex like the meaning, right? Like sometimes you just you understand it, right? And so it was really great to see it. It was one of
Thank
our
you.
very, very few like romantic comedies. So I was really happy to receive it, you know, and an interesting concept too, right? Because you're hitting a point about society in today using AI and using it specifically for dating and you know try to say the right thing, but it creates awkward pauses and it's not very authentic, you know, and we see that, right? How there's like there you see these couples getting together using it and it seems to be working fine for them, but then later you see how the one of the actors there is like, I don't know, like I'd rather just be authentic, you know, and it looks like turns out he looks around and he's like, man, everybody's saying the same thing. Like this is ridiculous. There's nothing real about this. So very kudos to you, my friend. It was a fabulous
Maybe it's
piece.
the future.
Huh?
Maybe it's our future.
Maybe it's our future. Yeah, it seems to be we're
I hope
heading that
not.
way.
I hope not.
Yeah, yeah, we need to keep our human authenticity intact, which you know, cinema is really about that, right? It's exploring the authenticity about the human experience, and you did a great job. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you and your journey of becoming a filmmaker. You attended a well-known one of the respected schools in Italy called it's called DAMS, right? DAMS. It's like
Yes.
I guess in English it would be like the School for Arts and Music and Performing, right? Performing arts.
Yes.
What initially what made you want to do filmmaking and initially what made you want to go to that school?
I start to want to make it to be a filmmaker when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
was when I was 13, I shot my first short movie in a
Yeah.
school with my friend.
Yeah. Great.
And then I follow another road
Yeah.
because I study computer science and I have a graduation in computer science.
Nice.
So there is a very different road, but the passion was for cinema. So I decided to, no, I can be on in front of a computer all my life. No, I
Yeah,
have
sure.
to follow my dream. I have to
Right.
shoot. Maybe I have to
Yeah.
using editing program with the computer, but it's another thing.
Yeah.
So I decided to study cinema, and because I was living in Bologna, I'm living in Bologna now too, and in Bologna there is DAMS,
Yeah.
the university is very more is not practical school, but is very theoretical. I don't know the word, all theory and not practical.
I got you.
So, but it was useful to understand the cinema, the story of the
It's
cinema.
important. Sure, the
Mm.
history, theory,
Yes,
all that is so important to understand, of
yes,
course. Yeah. And
was
and it's not a bad thing that you studied computer science. I mean,
no.
the more we stretch our brain in different directions and then when we go to filmmaking, we bring all that with us, and so it's not a bad thing at all, it's not.
Yes, it is useful for many purpose.
Yeah.
Even if I also because I work with the assistant first assistant director, so it's very useful to have a mathematical mind.
Sure. Yeah, organized and
Yes, and
analytical.
also to write the scene,
Yeah.
understand the editing when I have to cut what is
Yeah.
useful for the story. So I think it's a good
Yeah.
platform
Yeah, it's
for.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you went there and then you attended a is it called the Carlo Mazzacurati
Assicurati.
School University?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're
let's talk
prepared.
about that because I don't think, Americans I don't think would know who that is. Can you let us know who that was or who that is and and how was your experience there?
Yes. And after my DAMS experience, I work with on the movie set, various
Nice.
roles, as everything I can do,
Sure.
production assistant, assistant director. So I shoot my short, and the first short with my friend, just to be practical,
Yeah.
to and years later, after a long work and 20 weeks of work, all in another region, they started this master and decided to follow the screenplay master in the Carlo Mazzacurati.
Hmm.
Carlo Mazzacurati is an Italian director that died 10, 15 years ago. It was from Veneto, and all his most of his stories about the Veneto. You
I
know,
see.
Veneto. Veneto is Verona, Venezia, Padova.
Beautiful.
And yes, is most of comedy, but with very particular character. And he worked with a lot of important screenwriter in Italy.
Yeah.
And so the widow of Mazzacurati started this master to with all the screenwriters that work with his husband, her husband. So I decided to follow, and it was very useful because it's 1 years long, and in this year we work very practical on our story. So from the idea, 3 lines to the screenplay.
And
The
yeah,
screenplay I
like
write.
like feature was the focus on feature screenplays?
Not necessary.
Uh-huh.
We have, I think we was 15 student, 14 feature, one short.
Okay. Very well, very good. I mean, it's good to learn and keep learning and
Yes,
it's a craft that's the deeper you get in it, you realize the how complicated it is and overwhelming and like kind of like how we talked about earlier, how you followed your computer science path, and I'm sure that was very helpful having having to stretch your brain like that, going to screenplay, and now you come in with this experience, and I'm sure it's very helpful because you have to have, I would say, a lot of intellect when it comes to screenwriting and filmmaking and all of that. So I mean, you do what a lot of filmmakers do, right? You start out, you want to do things, you gather friends, and then you start your experience from there, and then you keep pushing yourself, pushing, learning, and you grow, you get better, and so on. So did you? I noticed that you in the bio it said you created a web series. Was
Yeah.
that earlier in your journey of filmmaking? Was that like earlier in the beginnings?
Yes, I think it was the first Italian web series.
That's crazy.
It, shooting with my friends is all
Yeah,
amateur thing with my camera, only me.
yeah,
But it was funny because it was funny. It's not in I was not shooting in Bologna, but in my little village in Veneto. So a very, very small
yeah,
village. And it's a comedy with two policemen.
yeah,
And it was very useful for me to understand how to manage a long series, a long material, especially the second season, because I shot two seasons.
yeah.
I have a lot of time to spend for this. I shoot
Yeah, I was
during the
gonna say that
season.
must have been a great learning experience. You're in
Yes,
the trenches and just doing it, and that's the best way to learn, right? Is just doing
yeah,
it and stretching those muscles, those filmmaking muscles. And
yes. Because
are you gonna continue the series, you think?
no,
No?
because sorry, I finished because I have no pressure because I have no a commitment, so it's for myself to
Sure.
look
I
over.
understand.
So
Yeah.
it's not so it's only for me to understand, to express, to
Sure.
and I shot the first season like a game. So one night we shoot at the teaser, and then we start to think about the series. It was very
Right.
very simple, and then the next year, we shoot the second season with the only all the episode was 15 minutes long, so it's very difficult. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
12, 12 episode or 14, I think, I don't remember.
Wow.
So all by myself. So I have to
That's tough.
schedule
Yeah.
to edit. So it was very useful to understand how to manage a series, a story, a sequel, because we have to connect all the things with the first season and to edit
Sure.
because I edited the series, so it was useful to understand a lot of things.
Of course. Yeah. And so having all these things done, you finally come to create the aquarium, and I mean you can tell that everything about it and where you come from is just you just like keep going up, right? In quality. It's just fantastic to see. And I congratulate you because that short, I mean, it's spectacular. It really is, and it even though if, as an Italian, I could I'm Italian, but I was like, I'm American, so I don't speak it, but I could still catch a few things here and there. The expressions were there, I understood what the movie was about, obviously from reading the log line, the synopsis, all that stuff, and so it was all there for me. Let's talk about your cast because it's pretty incredible. I mean, a lot of these actors and actresses they have some experience under their belt. It seems like they've done some TV, maybe TV movies, things like that. Especially the voiceover actor, the male actor who does
Yes.
the male AI version. He seemed to have an incredible history of doing voiceover work as well as acting and all this. But I mean, just incredible. What was the casting experience like for you? How did all that go for you?
I start with the voice is the voice in Italy because he's the most famous
Sure.
voice in Italy. And I
Yeah.
work with him in another short. Who was the lead actor.
Ah,
So I call him. I have this short. You want to record the voice? Is a voice of the yes, of course,
nice.
because we work. We have a good experience.
Good.
He likes me, so he has no problem. And when we shoot the short, we have the voice during the shooting. So he record the voice before the shooting, so the actor
Oh,
listen during. Yes.
nice. Very nice. That's great.
And yes, yes, it's very useful
Yeah. Smart.
for the timing, for the response of the actor,
Yeah.
the actor, because it was only one actor that here
Yeah.
his voice.
So
And
what was it mostly just like, like, hey, you want to, I think you'd be great for this, or did you actually have like a casting, a time to like cast actors?
I cast only one actress because I was a found in Italy that give money for short.
Yeah.
So I prepare all the material. In the material, we have to indicate the actor and the actress. So I I found the actor before shooting 1 year before. So
Nice.
when I present the application. And I start to watch all the actor I can reach or I can know in Italy
Yeah.
to look for the good face.
Yeah, sure.
And okay, I like this. I
Yeah.
try to contact.
Yeah, yeah.
So one I contact with Facebook. I ask the friendship. He accept and I write with Facebook. Another actress was the friend that act with another my friend. So I
Uh-huh.
asked him the contact.
Very nice.
Another actor, he was in Bologna, but when I shoot the short, he lives in New York, so not
Oh,
easy,
wow. Wow, that's
but
crazy.
yes.
Wow.
And,
So does
and
that particular actor go back from this, like, does he go back and forth from the States to Italy quite a bit?
sorry,
Oh, that actor who was in, you said New York, is that right?
yes.
Does he work? Is he only in the States, or does he go to Italy to do work as well? And kind of
No,
go back.
sometimes we come in Italy to work. Yes,
Wow, that's incredible.
yes.
Yeah, that's kind of rare. That's
So
pretty
it was we decide to shoot in a particular date in which he is in Italy. So because
nice.
we don't have a, a big budget, so
Right,
the
right,
flight is not is not good for us we can pay the flight.
right, right.
And another actor I choose can be during the date we choose is was busy for another work, so we cast another actor. But I see only three actresses and decide from
I
the
see.
three.
Well, very good. I mean, that's a good way. I mean, it's smart, like you said, like a year before you got some names attached and brought it with what you pieced together for a story and you presented it. So that's very interesting. Like because f funding is difficult in the States. How is funding there in Italy? Like, is it pretty accessible to apply to different things, or how does funding typically go for you?
It depends. For
Yeah.
me, for the short, is easiest the way to contact directly the actor or the actress. Because if I contact the agency, they ask me, okay, how much is the pay, when the production, okay, is long, so I have to participate as a call, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And because I'm working in cinema as assistant director, or because I know a lot of people, so I can ask one person to give me the contact of the actress. So this is
Nice.
the way
Yeah. Very nice.
for
Very nice.
the one who watched this video to understand how to contact the actor in Italy.
Yeah. No, it's smart. It's smart to if you can
Yeah.
directly just speak to an actor without having to go through like an agency. you're better off, right?
Yes.
'Cause they might put up a wall, and you never know. So that's very smart of you. And um, but like how like do you still so you primarily work in the film industry now? Do you work as a computer science person or do you just do film? Is that all at film?
Only,
Oh
yes.
wow, okay.
Yes.
Very good, very good.
As
And
director or assistant director.
wow, amazing. Good for you, man.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah.
Yes. It's
Living the dream,
difficult.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still in the dream. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
know
Yeah, keep
how
going,
long,
keep going. You never
but
know.
keep
Yeah.
going. Yes.
So do you have any projects in the works aside from, working as an assistant or director, like for you, like do you have any shorts or any features or anything?
I tried to shoot my first feature film, but it's difficult in Italy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I tried to shoot the long version of the aquarium.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because I think it's a good idea. So maybe with a
Yeah.
long version it could be
Yeah.
interesting too. So I have the first screenplay. Now I'm working on the second draft and try to
Ah,
find a production company. So
cool. So that's where
I
you're
hope.
at. Yeah. Cool, cool. And are you like what kind of barriers are you running into when it comes to preparing or getting a feature film, getting it off and greenlit, so to speak? What kind of barriers?
Um, uh, the first one is the Italy situation is not easy for because we have the uh, the ministerial fund is very long. So
Oh,
if I apply today, I have the answer maybe from 1 year. So
oh wow.
yes,
Crazy.
and we have another tax situation, but it was blocked, so all the
Oh man.
production wait. So we, in the last few years, there was very difficult to make a movie, in
Yeah,
particular the first movie. So,
sure.
and so for me, it's difficult to find someone that want to spend all this time, invest time, money.
Sure.
Yes.
Man,
I
yeah,
have
you're in
so
the
small
trenches.
product.
You're in the
Yes.
trenches. You're in the war of art. You're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're
I have small production
yeah,
that support me, and I
it's good.
start with them. But now we try to find someone that help us
Sure.
to make it
Well, yeah,
possible.
keep fighting, sir. Keep putting it
Yeah,
out there. You seem very capable, and so I wish you the best with that.
thank you.
Let's see. So yeah, we still have some time. Yeah. We still have some time. I mean, is there anything you'd like to add about the production itself? Were there any problems or did it go smoothly? How many days of shooting and editing and things like that?
Yes. So I start from the beginning. I wrote this short 3 years ago
Oh,
in
wow.
February. So it was the as a time that I look all my friends that watch all my friends that are using ChatGPT for the many purpose.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of the use of ChatGPT, so boom, I have this idea, and I won this. I participate as this short call, and I won the money. So, and
Nice.
they want that we shoot in 6 months. We have to give them the final short. So
Uh,
we have we know about the victory in June, so we have to finish in December.
uh-huh.
So we have no more time to organize all the production, because I have to work in another movie as an assistant
Uh,
director.
uh,
So was
yeah.
but,
Yeah.
but it's
So yeah, it's some pretty tight.
yes, and
Uh,
we shoot in 3 days.
oh wow. Yeah.
Yes. The most difficult part is it was to find the restaurant because we have to shoot 2 days in the restaurant. Is typically we have a restaurant here that have a 1 day of closing,
Yeah.
and we need 2 days.
Two days.
And
Wow.
I didn't find no location, but then I thought out, but it's more easy to find a location and then put there the table and make like a.
Oh, I
So
see.
we shoot in a church. Is
Oh, wow.
next ex church that used for event, and
Yeah.
5 minutes from my home, so it was very
That's
comfortable for
crazy.
me.
I wouldn't have guessed that. It looked like a restaurant. It had the vibe
Yes,
and
it's not a
everything.
restaurant. It's an
Yeah,
open space. It's an open space.
that's crazy. Well, that's the beauty and the magic of cinema,
Yes,
right? You can create the magic yourself there. I would have never guessed that. That's smart thinking. That's filmmaking, right? It's problem solving. You run into
yeah,
wall
yeah,
after
yeah.
wall, and you just have to like uh, figure it out, and you get there, you know. So kudos to you, sir. That's some very smart thinking on your behalf.
Yes, because working in my short in another project, I understand how to solve the problem because
Nice.
every time we have the problem, and we have to optimize the time and the resource. If I have only one shot in a scene, I don't need 4 wall. I need one wall. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Exactly.
then
So
we have
yeah,
to.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just the trickery in the film, like, but it seemed like the restaurant was well populated with people, like they were like eating, and it just felt you did such a great job of creating an atmosphere of a restaurant. It like
Thank
it
you.
just that now that I know what how you did it, it actually just blows my mind, you know. And so that's great. That's really great. Um,
I have a
so
good crew.
yeah,
The
yeah.
director of photography that work with from my first short with him, the production designer, all the stuff was very good.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, you,
Thank,
you had
thank
you had a handful of producers on board. It seemed like on the film. Are those like as well as some people that you've worked with on productions and stuff, and they were willing to help out? How was that situation?
Sorry, sorry.
The producers, you had like maybe four or so. I'm not sure.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
because I have a producer that make it applied for the call for the short and invest some money. Poi I have another friend that invest another friend invest
nice.
other money.
Okay,
So because I live in Bologna, I know a lot
a
of
lot of
people
people.
here. They trust me.
That's good.
And,
That's good.
yeah,
That's great, man. That
and
you
I
yeah.
shot another other short that have a good festival situation. They won a lot of prize, so they trust me and they want to
Nice.
invest in this short. So I have a lot of uh, because
Connections that you made.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's great. That's
production
the way to do
value.
it. Yeah.
I
Very
have
good.
the camera for free, lens
Ah,
for free,
nice.
all of thing for free.
Because yeah, they trust you exactly. They
Yes,
trust yeah. That's a really good advice to put out there for anyone watching who
yes,
wants to be a filmmaker. You know, you have to start somewhere, right? And
yes,
the trick is to just keep going, solve problems and b build a bit of a reputation, you know, work on film sets if you can, make
yeah,
connections, you know, it takes time, you know, and you're doing
yes.
it. You're doing it, sir.
I have a white bird.
Yeah, yeah. It takes time, you know, it takes time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but so yeah, so how's it been with the festivals with the aquarium? How's it been?
Uh, Aquarium, it was in 220 festival
Whoa.
and it won 115 prize.
Insane.
Yes,
Insane, sir. Wow,
very,
that's
very good. Yes,
yeah.
above all my expectation.
Sure. Yeah, you never know, right?
Yeah,
But
I
no,
I won
congrats.
an audience award in Vietnam. for example.
Wow.
So for me, it's incredible.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're reaching all over the world, and it's,
Yes,
I thank you for submitting it here in
with pleasure.
Oklahoma.
Thank
It's I love just seeing films from all over the world. It's just so different. You never know what you're gonna get, and it just, for me, I watch all the movies. I watch them very closely, and I pay attention to the details and all that, and I'm blown away I mean, there's some that are like, they're very in the early beginnings there, and I want to encourage them. But then you have a film like The Aquarium at that level. I've gotten quite a bit that are like polished, really great, like it could be streaming on Netflix. Like, they're just at that top quality, and it's just it as a for me as a yeah, for sure, yeah.
you.
For me as a filmmaker, to watch all these films, it is stretching my imagination of what can be done, because I feel like a lot of filmmakers, I don't know if it's how it is there in Italy, but here in the States or Oklahoma where I'm at, I feel like filmmakers just stick to themselves. They collaborate with people, do their thing, but it doesn't seem like they're willing to watch other movies, other shorts, and I find that it's important to watch other shorts and movies, and because you get a taste of what's out there, what people are creating, what's possible, that maybe something you've never seen before, a kind of shot. I mean, anything you can pick up and learn. There's just so much, and that's the thing about filmmaking. It's you never stop learning. You never stop learning. It's a continual rotation of what's next, what do I learn now, and because there's so much to be learned, and even innovate. There's a lot to be there's so many once you reach those levels of that professionalism, you start asking yourself, how can I innovate the craft? That's to me is also important as an artist. So where I mean, I feel like you're doing pretty well. I mean, I know you're in the trenches, and it's not like it's easier said than done, right? To be like, yes, I work here, I do this. It just sounds easy, but I know it's difficult. I know you put in a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, and you've come a long way. But I ask everybody, where would you? I mean, it seems like you are living the dream, you're in the dream, but like, where would you ideally like to see your career go initially?
So I want to shoot my movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. Yeah, I guess that was an
uh,
obvious one. Yeah, that was an obvious.
yeah,
Yeah.
I try to do this. I try with all my force. It's
Yeah.
very difficult, but I have a lot of projects. So
Yeah.
if I fail with this one, I have another. I think it's important not to stop trying, not to stop learning, so not to
Right.
stop writing. And the most important thing is have a people to talk about, to have a feedback, to speak about with
Yeah.
the story, work with, have a suggestion. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Feedback is so
yeah,
important. Yeah.
even for me, for also for this short, I have feedback in the editing phase, in the writing phase, so it was useful. I changed something
Uh-huh.
because I showed the first cut to my friend, and they say me something useful. Ah, okay, right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just something you didn't. Yeah, exactly. It's a process from the initial idea to paper. You shoot it, and now you have all this content to work with, and then it's like whole new stage where something you didn't think about just happens to fall on your lap. Some ideas get sparked, and some things may change along the way. But I think it's a long process, but I think it's rewarding in the end. Once you have
Yeah,
that final product in place, you feel very accomplished, and especially at the professionalism that you brought to the aquarium, you got to feel very accomplished, and the festivals. they reflect that, the festivals are saying, yeah, this is a good one, and so okay, well, I guess I just have I guess one last little question for you. Aside from the feature that you want to get done and work on, are there any more shorts potentially that you might work on until that one goes up and is going?
No,
No, you
I
just
stop with
primarily
the short.
focused on the
Yes,
feature.
because I shot six professionals short is enough for me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You
I
have
want to
your
focalize on, yes.
like your
Maybe if I get
repertoire.
occasion, but yes, but I don't want because I have to invest a lot of time, even in a
Right.
short, it's difficult. And so I'm focalized on the feature film.
No, 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 that's great. Yeah, and that's great. You just a singular
Yeah.
point now and no distractions, just keep working towards it. Yeah, I mean, you have to work that way, I guess, sometimes. When you're faced with a bigger challenge, right? You have to be kind of singular thinking and to really get there. Well, man, yeah, it was good to meet you. Like, thank you for spending this
Same for
time with
me.
me and for sending
Thanks to
in.
you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, like my family is Italian, so like I have a real good
From where?
appreciation for Italian filmmakers. So it's a real pleasure for me to connect. Yeah.
From
Um,
where?
huh?
Your family is from where?
So they're Italian on both sides. It's kind of an interesting story. I have a little time to talk about it, but essentially, I was born in Argentina,
Ah,
in Buenos Aires. But essentially, what happened is on both sides of the family, like before they met and got married and this and that, they were in Italy. And what happened with world wars, um, part of what I understand from my story is that on like I think it was my dad's side, I believe they wanted to escape that, and so they left Argentina. And then I believe on my mother's side, there was a relative in our family tree that got injured in World War One, and he decided he did like thankfully he didn't die because if he died I wouldn't exist. But he after he got injured he came to Argentina to escape. I believe it's because World War Two was happening and he was like no no way there's no way I'm gonna go through that again. And so like a lot of people, Europeans moved to Argentina. I mean, even Germans. But it's just one of those things, the story, my history is crazy like that.
yeah.
But specifically, I believe the family originates from Lucca.
Okay.
Yeah. But I visited one time when I was a child just to reconnect, and there's a house there that still belongs in the family, and it's like on this mountain. It's beautiful. And what I learned was that the Nazis had occupied that house by force and forced my family to basically act as servants to the Nazis during that time. It's pretty crazy. Pretty nuts.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We
pretty
have to
nuts.
write a movie about it.
It's crossed my mind. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. The house still stands. What's crazy is it got like remodeled in the 70s and it stayed that way since the 70s. It's got like a crazy 70s look to it inside. On the outside, it's very like old
Okay.
school Italian, but in the inside, it's crazy. You walk in, it's just like all 70s and you're like, whoa, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, a lot of history there. A lot of, yeah, it's just the things that the Nazis did were insane. It's just terrible
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
persecution and all that. Yeah. How about your family? Has it always been Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
From a
super
middle
Italian.
village in Veneto. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Easy story.
Yeah. Yeah. A part of me wishes that I had a chance to spend more time in Italy. Maybe one day I'll go back and just spend some time there. Because I did visit and I visited Rome and this and that, and it's so beautiful. The food is delicious. There's just
Yeah.
something about the food. It has a different freshness than here. I would
You
say.
have to come in here in Bologna during the summer. We have Cinema Ritrovato is an festival famous in all over the world because
Really?
they, with the restoration of all the movie, and we have a big screening in the Piazza Maggiore in the main square. It's the biggest screen on in Europe
Wow.
in
That's
open
really
air.
cool. No, I didn't
Yes,
know that. Yeah,
all
I know.
the
That'd
every
be
night,
cool.
every night they show movie
Show
for
movies.
free in original language. So
Yeah.
this experience.
Yeah, I
Yes.
bet. No, it's beautiful. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to at least visit once for sure. I thank you for sharing that.
If
Yeah, that
you
sounds really cool. Yeah.
if you come, write me.
Yeah.
It's very
I'll
hot
come visit
in
you.
yeah. It's very hot in summer, Bologna, but it's
Yeah.
very nice.
It's doable, I
Right.
suppose. Yeah. All right. Well, it was a pleasure, sir. Good luck to you. I know
Pleasure
you'll
was
do it.
mine.
I know you'll make it. I know you'll get there. But
Thank
I
you.
know it's gonna be tough, but I know you'll get there, sir. I believe in you and you've
Thank you.
shown what you can do. I hope you share maybe some other shorts with us next
Yeah,
year.
yeah, of
That'd be
course.
great. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Thank you so much for the invitation, for the screening, for this.
Absolutely. Yeah, yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah, it was an honor
And
and pleasure. Thank you.
keep in touch.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do. Yeah, I'll share the
Thank
link
you.
once I have it up. But
Okay.
okay, I think that wraps
Thank
it
you.
up, sir. Yeah,
Thank
take
you so much.
care.
Yes,
Be in
yes.
touch.
Yeah, for assistant director, we have to cut this
Yeah.
wrap.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. It was a pleasure.
you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.